had to get up at the unholy hour of 5 AM to get our tour bus. It was a 5-hour bus trip to Troy. Melissa went back to sleep and dreamt of taking the magic carpet instead, which is much faster. On the way to Troy, we visited Gallipoli.
That you can see the shape of it, just 4 meters down where it's looking.
We already knew that in 1915 2,000 soldiers died there each day, until 500,000 young men were dead.
The soldiers were about from 16 to 25 or 26. They thought it was going to be an adventure, but it wasn't.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the right hand you can see the pine trees where we will going to see the trenches and the tunnels. And on the left hand you can see the Long Pine Memorial. And you can see at a distance how it's close each other. I mean that after you have seen the memorial, do you want to... Those two different groups start their attacks together to capture the highest point where you can see the Turkish flag.
Mustafa Ataturk, the commander of the Turkish forces there, soon became leader of Turkey and, amongst other things, made education for girls compulsory, changed the alphabet to English letters, and made Turkey a secular nation. We crossed the Dardanelles and stayed at the charming town of Canakkale in the Anzac Hotel. The next day, we visited Troy.
Theos and Chios. We don't know much about him, but as you know, he had two famous books, the Iliad and the Odyssey. As you know, in the Iliad, he mentioned last 51 day of the Trojan War. In the Odyssey, in the second book of Homer, he mentioned about Odysseus' journey. Odysseus, he was king of Ithaca. After the Trojan War, took more than 15 years back to his country. So you never read the wooden horse story in the Iliad, but in the Odyssey, you can read it. I think you remember the story, the Greeks and Trojans, they fight 10 years because of the most beautiful woman, Helen. She was the most beautiful woman according to Homeros, but she was married with the king of Sparta, Menelaus. But one day Paris went to Greece, the prince of Troy, and they were fall in love, and then war started between Trojan and the Greeks. And they fight about 10 years. They attacked many times to Troy, but they couldn't be inside of the citadel. So end of the 10 years, Odysseus, he was the most clever commander in the Greek army. The wooden horse trick was his idea, so Greek soldiers built big wooden horse and left it in front of the city walls, and all Trojans thought war is finished, they won the war, and they built it as a gift. Only Cassandra, the daughter of Priam, she knew this was a kind of trick. She said, this wooden horse will bring us bad luck. Be careful, don't take it inside, because she was half fortune teller, Cassandra. And but at the end, nobody believed her. They thought war is finished, they won the war, and they built it as a gift. And they took the wooden horse inside and made a big party. In the middle of the night, when they were drunk and sleepy, Greek soldiers came out from the horse, killed the guards, made a big fire, called others. So Trojan lost the war like this. So this is the legendary side of the story. Everyone know the dream, but I am here for reality today.
Okay.
Reality is a bit complicated, but I will try to make it easy for you. So life started in Troy, 3000 before Christ and 500 AD. 9 different cities on top of each other. So Troy is not a very big place. It's like football stadium. After a few minutes we walk inside, we'll have circle tour, but we will see all the details, 3000 BC and 500 AD, inside of this little hill. All the remains can be seen there. So now, we are just standing in front of Troy 2. As I told you, during the 1995 excavation season, Turkish and German archaeologists discovered this original mud bricks, remains of the second Troy. Second means, as you know, 2500 before Christ. So almost 4500 years old. Original remains, I mean the mud bricks can be seen from this spot. If you look carefully, you can see the line between the bricks. So, and this is new. Until it took 5 years to restore. In 2000 excavation season, they finished the restoration and built this stand for protection of this.
This is what classrooms were like 300 years ago.
3,000 years ago.
1,000.
The guides were fantastic, but there was a lot of walking involved and the weather was very hot. What do you think so far, Mish?
It's bad.
What's bad about it?
Are you filming?
Uh-huh.
Yes, you are! It was another 5-hour bus trip back to Istanbul, and Melissa wished she could return on the magic carpet.